this big final. It was a sea of green that I witnessed for some time now, for the last 2.5 hours that we've been here. Plenty of Pakistan fans, supporters, but now most of them have all gone in. Very few remain because the game is about to start. They don't want to miss out on an action, but I've got someone here. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling very well, and this is my second World Cup. I'm in 1992. I got some picture, and I have a ticket as well.
That's lovely. You saw the 92 final that Pakistan played here and won.
When I was 23, now I'm 56. 30 years I'm watching this. It's the same venue. Is that New Zealand lost the game with the Pakistan, and then now the Pakistan is playing with England. It's same place.
Okay, tell me, you think history will repeat? Fir se hoga dobara?
Inshallah, the history will repeat, and we won. Inshallah. Yes.
Who's going to be the star players? You know, Pakistan is going to be batting first. Toss ho gaya.
But I think the Hales and Buttler is a very good batsman, but our Rizwan and Babar is not, can't compete for the Babar and Azam, and then I love the Haris, and then Wasim and Nawaz, and then Shadab. My middle order is very, very fantastic and good. Okay. And you can see the match today, and inshallah, is my heart say we win.
Okay, you will win. Okay, have a good game.
Thank you.
Lovely to catch up with a gentleman. He was here in 1992 at the same venue where Pakistan won their very first World Cup. That was against England. Coincidentally, they're playing another World Cup final. The format has changed. That was a 50-over World Cup. This is a 2020 World Cup. And this time, the teams are the same. So there's England on one side, and then there is, Pakistan on the other side. So this gentleman saw that historical game and is hoping that Pakistan is going to be repeating history once again. It's going to be a close call. Both teams actually scraped through to the finals. The semi-final was also not easy for them to play. They both finished second in their table, and from there on had to win two very tough games. Pakistan beating New Zealand. Once again, it was similar to what happened in 1992, beating New Zealand, then qualifying for the final, and then meeting England. That was the England, team versus Imran Khan's team. This England team of Joss Buttler is going to be up against Babar, Azam and co. So that's the latest news that's coming in from the MCG, that Pakistan would be put into bat. And I think the Pakistani top order has now really come into its own. If you remember, they did not really have a great outing so far in the tournament, but in the semi-final it was the openers of Pakistan did well. Coincidentally, openers for England did well as well. So both sets of openers really firing. I think in terms of batting, if you look at the two teams, England will have the edge because they have a long batting lineup. If you took a look at the bowling, then Pakistan will have the edge because they've got those lethal wicket-taking bowlers. So it's a battle between two different philosophies, two different styles of play. One side you have the clinical English team, the other side you have the Mavericks in the Pakistan team. One side you have a strong batting lineup that England have, the other side you have a strong bowling lineup that Pakistan have. Sunny Gavaskar now joins us on the program. Sunny bhai, the latest news from here at the MCG is that England have won the toss and they've decided to chase. What do you make of that decision? On a big final, most people say bat first, put the total, because the other team will always be under pressure. But lately we've seen in T20 cricket, chasing has really done well. What do you reckon? This sort of decision that England have taken will have a bearing on this game?
Well, I think the decision has been prompted purely by the prospect of rain. Prospect of rain coming later in the day means that you're looking at a Duckworth-Lewis result, a Duckworth-Lewis kind of situation. And that is probably the main reason that England have decided to field first. Also, in a 40 overs game, the wicket doesn't change that much. The pitch doesn't change drastically. In a 3-day game, 5-day game, the pitch can, with a bit of wear and tear, change, but not in a 40 overs game in the day. So I think the prospect of rain is the only reason why England have decided to chase.
If you look at this contest, Sunny, you've seen both teams play in this tournament right through the group stages, then the semi-final, dominating wins for both. How do you think they stack up?
Well, they're pretty well matched. England, you could say, have the greater depth in batting, but Pakistan also have come on very strongly with the batting. In fact, in the last couple of games, they haven't really had to test their numbers 7, 8, 9 because the top order has done the job. So it's a very well matched final, and like in every T20 game. The teams that generally win the power plays usually go on to win the match. So once again, the power play is going to be very, very crucial.
The power play is going to be crucial, as Sunny Gavaskar points out. One side, you've got a very good bowling lineup that Pakistan has. On the other, you have a very good batting lineup that England have. I'm still trying to confirm the playing 11. We'll get to know whether any changes have been made to the English team or not. But the latest news, as we've been telling you on India Today, is that England have won the toss and they will be chasing. And as Sunny Gavaskar there pointed out, maybe it is prompted by the fact that there will be rain here. Saribhai, again for England, no changes there. Mark Wood hasn't made the 11. Neither has David Malan. In that game versus India, did you say that England missed Mark Wood, and will they then miss him here in the final too?
Well, to an extent they did, because look at the number of runs that Chris Jordan conceded. Yes, he got the wicket of Virat Kohli towards the end, but anybody who concedes more than 10 runs and over is you can say that hasn't done a great job on that day. Mark Wood certainly could have hurried the Indian batsman. He could have hurried the Pakistani batsman too. But in a finals, you want to play somebody who's 100% fit. And they would have had a little bit of a doubt about Mark Wood being 100% fit. And that's why no change in the team. It's also a team that won so convincingly against India in the semi-finals. They will be on a high, every single player. Maybe they didn't have much to do. For example, the numbers 3 and 4 didn't have anything to do in the England lineup apart from fielding. But they'd just be on that high that, look, we have won in such a convincing manner. So with that kind of adrenaline rush, you want to keep and maintain the same playing 11.
That's right. Maybe that's the reason why England have decided to go on with the same 11. Phil Sort didn't get any chance to bat because the openers did the job for them. We'll have to wait and see whether the English middle order would be called upon in this game. But first, it's going to be Pakistan that will come out to bat as well. Saibhai, a lot of comparisons have been made to that 1992 victory that Pakistan had right here. Everything turning out to be the same. They've beaten New Zealand in the semis. They did exactly that. They were given a lifeline because of rain in that tournament. That happened this time too. They're once again playing England at the MCG. All these things, or the weight of history, do you think that has any sort of impact in really, driving the Pakistan team?
They certainly will be motivated by that. No question about it. History where you've been very successful is something that motivates you. It makes you feel that much more confident. So clearly, yes, one can see that the Pakistan team has been motivated by that victory 30 years ago. And with all these coincidences that you talk about, the semi-final win, the Adelaide, South Africa, losing to Netherlands. By the way, did anybody from Pakistan say that there was a conspiracy about that? Because when India lost to South Africa, there was a lot of talk in Pakistan about, India deliberately losing to South Africa. So did South Africa deliberately lose to Netherlands? Anything like that in Pakistan? Anyway, so let's. They would probably be pretty high with that 1992 win situation.
Okay, I've got a few English fans with me. Very tough to find you guys because all I see is the sea of green here. But you're gonna shout them down, or you'll have enough.
The Barmy Army. There's no louder fan base in the world.
But we are fierce.
Yes,
we are very fierce.
Yeah. What are you expecting in the game today?
I think we're going to absolutely batter them. I really do.
I think we'll win by about 10. Yeah. Win by like 12 wickets today.
12 wickets is not possible.
Mate, I think 9 wickets.
A whitewash.
9 wickets.
They haven't got a chance.
Are India playing in it? Oh, no. Sorry. Sorry.
Also, for the whole population of India, I'm so sorry you guys just aren't very good at cricket.
Okay, have a good game. Thank you so much. I've got a few Indian fans as well. Show me your glass. He's got, come closer. What's he got? It says Ben Stokes. So since India is not here, you're supporting England, are you?
No, I want Pakistan to win. Pakistan bhai, हमारा भाई है. वैसे तो जीतना पड़ेगा.
Love thy neighbor, is you what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. But I thought you would want, some sort of revenge for England beating us. Is that why you're supporting Pakistan?
Yes, that's one of the factors. भाई असली रीजन तो ये है कि टिकट बेच नहीं पाया मैंने. तो देखने के लिए आ गया. बस.
Okay. Never mind. Hopefully you guys will have a good game.
You too.
Enjoy some good game. There are a few Ben Stokes supporters. So I've been meeting a lot of Indian fans also that have turned up. Very tough to find any English supporters. I did find one or two. But you're supporting England?
Of course I am.
Come here. What do you expect is going to happen?
I hope England win.
All the best for the game then. Later, I'm live right now. No, quickly, what do you want to say? Okay.
Are you watching India?
हम आपका बदला जरूर लेके रहेंगे.
अच्छा, क्या होने वाला है? Pakistan is going to be batting first. What do you expect?
I'm presuming कि Pakistan they have a good pace bowling attack. तो इंशाल्लाह जो हमारे 6 बॉलर्स हैं बहुत हार्ड टाइम देने वाले हैं और इंशाल्लाह ये मैच पाकिस्तान जीतेगा और खुशखबरी या हम कोशिश करेंगे कि एशिया में लेके आए इस कप को और पाकिस्तान को जिताएं और इंडिया वालों को भी खुश करें. Thank you.
Okay, I love this poster. It says Power of Hayden. Matthew Hayden. He gave a good speech to the team. I saw that as well. He's a World Cup winner with Australia. Clearly, you think his inputs are helping?
He is the man behind the plan. तो इन्होंने ही जो किया है वो आपके सामने रिजल्ट सबके सामने है.
Okay, he's the man. Sukesh Mushtaq's not going to be happy listening to that. That Hayden's the man behind the plan. But thank you so much for joining in. Saiba, I'm going to take that question to you as well. I've been talking to a lot of Pakistani fans. All of them very grateful to a Matthew Hayden, to a Sean Tate to be part of that support staff. That you reckon may have helped as well because they are World Cup winners, the two of them, and then having them in their support staff may have helped Pakistan win that crucial semi-final and may help plan for this crucial final knockout also.
Look, what the support staff can do is prepare the players, prepare them more mentally than anything else. After that, you've got to go out and do your bit yourself as a player. So yes, I think somebody like Matthew Hayden would definitely have given that impetus to the team, no question about it. But don't forget that Sukesh been with them through thick and thin as well. So Sukesh, when you've seen him, he's looked very calm in the dugout. Very seldom has he betrayed any emotions. I think that kind of a thing also is a big help. When you have somebody who's in control of his emotions, then it certainly is a big help. So, yes, I think Hayden and Sean Tate would have played their part as you would expect. As professionals, they would have done their job. But let's also not forget what Sukesh Mushtaq has done. There's Mohammad Yusuf also there as the batting coach. So don't forget that because, they've batted quite superbly towards the end. And Mohammad Yusuf, one of Pakistan's great batsmen, is their batting coach as well.
Saiba, you make a very interesting point actually because Sukesh Mushtaq, the coach, he was also part of that English setup once they won the trophy in 2019. Now he's part of that Pakistan setup and I know he came in for a lot of criticism after that series loss to England at home and where he used that word Kudrat ka Nizam, saying that winning and losing is all part of the game. He came in for a lot of criticism but he must be smiling right now because he's taken Pakistan to another World Cup final. Saiba, if I'm not mistaken, I remember you having a brief interaction with the Pakistan team. I remember watching those visuals. It was, the team of Saqlain Mushtaq and a lot of young players. Your interaction there, and that was much before the tournament started. Were they quietly confident, and how were they approaching this tournament? It'll be lovely to hear your thoughts with that little time you spent with the Pakistan team.
Yes, it was at Matthew Hayden's place. Matthew, as you recall, was in India just a few days before that, and we'd been doing commentary together. So he'd invited me on the day, because I was going to be in Brisbane as well for the warm-up games, and so the Pakistan team just happened to be there as well. So it was good to meet up with some of the younger players. Good to meet up with Babar. And yes, you're right. They were quietly confident. There was a little bit of cricket talk, mainly about the players that I played with from Pakistan, and so yes, I think they looked very, very confident. They looked very, very comfortable with each other. That's the most important thing. I didn't seem to see any groups. When sometimes when you see with teams there are groups. It seemed as if they were all mingling and happy in each other's company.
Okay, they're happy. A happy bunch always makes for a great team, and team camaraderie is very essential to win tournaments, and that is what, as Sunny said, brief time he may have spent with them, but he could feel that they were quietly confident, all of them gelling very well, understanding each other, and it's teamwork that has got them so far in the final as well. But they face a formidable England team as well. They're match winners in both teams. You've got Jos Buttler on one side, you've got Mohammad Rizwan on the other, you've got Shadab on one side, you've got Adil Rashid on the other, you've got some good bowlers like Wokes on one side, Shaheen Shah Afridi on the other. But we've picked out 5 players that you need to watch out for in the final that could turn out to be the X factor for their respective teams.
Big occasions call for big performances, and one would expect some familiar faces to come good in the final of the T20 World Cup. The left-arm pace of Sam Curran has been more than just effective for England. He's got wickets with the new ball and is now also the go-to bowler in the death for England. He's amongst the leading wicket takers in the tournament so far, with 10 scalps to his name, and not to forget his batting in the lower order, which is more than just handy. Shaheen Shah Afridi has found his mojo at the right time for Pakistan. After his initial struggles, he was back to his best. In fact, 9 of his 10 wickets in the tournament have come in the last 3 games.
Shah Afridi is going through the motions that says he's a believer.
It took a while for Alex Hales to make a comeback into the England team, and now that he's back, he's making the right noises. Even against India, he went hammer and tongs right at the start and made a mockery of the Indian bowling attack. So far, he's the leading scorer for England with 211 runs in 5 innings. But what's more dangerous is his strike rate, which is close to 150. On a cricket field, Shadab Khan can do everything with the ball, with the bat, and even while he's fielding.
To pick it up and hit the stumps. Brilliant quick release.
Leg spinners have already been very impactful in this T20 World Cup, and Shadab Khan is leading that pack of leggies with most wickets. Surely England will have to watch out for him.
Probably be a bit more effective. You want your fielders to stand up and...
If England have one of the best batter of white ball cricket in Jos Buttler, they also have a mercurial player in Ben Stokes. The all-rounder more often than not finds himself in the centre of things whenever there's a big occasion, be it the 2016 T20 World Cup final, the 2019 ODI final or the Headingley Test. So far, he hasn't set the stage on fire, but for a player of his caliber, a T20 World Cup final is just the place that could get the best out of him. Sports Bureau, India Today.
All right, those are the 5 players that we've picked that could be very crucial for their respective teams if they want to be lifting that trophy. But I also spoke to Harbhajan Singh earlier in the day and asked him to pick one player from each side who they think can be very crucial and help their team win the trophy.
I'd want to know from you one player from each side that you think would be the X factor. I remember during the Asia Cup, you had picked Rizwan for Pakistan, that he'd be very, very crucial. And he did have a very good tournament. This time around, Shadab is the other guy from Pakistan who's doing well. Shaheen Shah Afridi is coming to form. For England, we know there's Ben Stokes, Josh Buttler, plenty to choose from. Pick one player from each side you think will be the X factor.
Well, you have given me a very difficult task to pick one player.
Yes.
Since you've only asked for one, I would pick Ben Stokes. Not Buttler and not Hales, but Ben Stokes, because he's gone through that pressure, to 2019, how he handled that pressure and go on to win that cup. He understands. And even that game against Sri Lanka wasn't that easy game, how he made it look easy. He changed the game the way he wanted to play and made sure England finish on the right side. Ben Stokes from England, and of course from Pakistan side, I would like to see Shaheen Afridi. How well he bowled, because if he bowls well up front, that's where he can open the game for Pakistan. So Shaheen Afridi from Pakistan and Ben Stokes from England.
Sunny Gavaskar is live with us. Sunny bhai, if I had to ask you, pick one player, just as I asked Harbhajan, one player from each side who you think could be the star performer?
I think Shadab, because he's an all-rounder. Shadab Khan from Pakistan, he could, come in and bowl in the middle overs and bowl them well. And then, coming in at 5 or 6, lay about him and do what is needed. Pakistan are batting first, so I think his contribution with the bat will be crucial. And then for England, I would go for somebody like Moeen Ali. Moeen Ali didn't have much to do. Didn't bowl, didn't bat in the semi-finals against India. But he's the kind of player who, with the bat, can take the game away from the opposition. So these are the two I would take. Ben Stokes, of course. The impact players in both the teams, there are plenty of impact players, but these two could be the ones that can make the difference tonight.
Right, very interesting there from Sunny Gavaskar. He's picked 2 all-rounders from both teams, Shadab from Pakistan and Moeen Ali from England, who he thinks could be the match winners for their respective team. But as also he points out, there are many match winners in both sides, and probably that's the reason that they've made it so far in a T20 tournament, a tournament where you need multiple match winners, where you need multiple players that can do 2 tasks, if not 3. Pakistan's journey in this final, many would say unlikely, because at one stage it looked like that they don't even were good enough to make the semi-final, but they did. Of course, they got that favour from Netherlands, upsetting South Africa. But from there on, you got to give credit to them. They won very important games, 4 games at that, and that's how they've reached the final. I spoke to Harbhajan earlier about Pakistan's journey to the final, and this is what he had to say.
Let's talk from Pakistan's perspective, Harbhajan. And we know there has been a trend with Pakistan teams. They need to tick a few boxes. Once they tick those boxes, then they go ahead and win the tournament. One of those boxes are they need to have a bad start. They had that against India, lost that close game. Next is they need to have a big upset. They need to lose to a minnows. They did that. They lost to Zimbabwe. Next is they will have to depend on another team. The third box is they'll have to depend on another team to qualify for the knockout. That happened. Netherlands did them the favor. All boxes have been ticked. Do you believe in science? And if you believe in science, then is this Pakistan team going to do the unthinkable, that is lift the T20 World Cup trophy?
Well, so far everything is gone in their favor in terms of what has happened long back when Imran Khan won that World Cup with that great Pakistani team. Of course, but few things you also need to do it right. I think Pakistan team need to understand that they cannot be just dependent on their fast bowling. It is going to be a test of their skills, their nerves, their temperament and everything. If they want to win the World Cup, they have to play better cricket than England. And England also, haven't been one of the team who cannot be beaten. And yes, they played a brilliant game against India, but that doesn't mean that they'll just go on and walk over on Pakistan and win this game easily. So I think Pakistan have history in favor, but history is history. You have to stay in present and make history going forward. And this is a chance, and I'm sure that they will be looking forward to it. And other day I was talking to Rizwan after the game. He came and spoke to us, and he said when they lost those games, Saklan Mushtaq went up to him and said, "Look, there is something going to happen which is going to be amazing." And I don't know what that was. That belief, where it came from. That belief has to be there. If that belief is there, first you need to believe, then the whole world will believe that this can be done and this is possible. And yes, वो कहते हैं ना शाहरुख खान का डायलॉग जो कहते हैं कि अगर आप सोचेंगे तो पूरी कायनात आपको उस चीज को मिलाने के लिए वो लग जाती है, तो वही हुआ है. Exactly the same thing happened here. I think credit to them, the way they played in the semi-final, both the team. They outplayed their oppositions, and they have reached the finals, and it's going to be a great final. Whoever wins, it'll still be, one of the game to watch for. Pakistan versus England. Yes, great game.
Harbhajan Singh says it's going to be a great final. Sunny bhai, finally, before we wrap up on this edition of Battle of Champions, pick a winner for us and why.
I think if it doesn't go down to the Duckworth-Lewis thing, then the scoreboard pressure will have Pakistan winning.
That is the prediction from Sunny Gavaskar. But remember, he said if it doesn't go to Duckworth-Lewis. On that bit, I'm going to give you a quick update. Look up onto the skies. What you see are dark grey clouds that are building up. So rain is expected. But the good news here has been that I've been here outside the stadium for the last couple of hours and the clouds have been there, but we haven't had any rain. In fact, we haven't had any rain since morning. So rain is expected a little later in the evening, but fingers crossed that you get to see a full 40 over encounter. That'll what will constitute a final. In case it's shortened, then it will be 10 overs aside, and only then will you know who the winner is. In case if that doesn't happen today, you've got a reserve day. But reserve day, the forecast isn't looking good. It's expected to be 100% rain on Monday. If that happens, then the trophy will be shared. Nobody wants that. Everyone wants to see cricket. But for the moment, we're completely out of time on this program. Battle of Champions that was coming to you live from the Melbourne Cricket Ground. But a reminder, we're going to be live as soon as the game is done. Sunny Gavaskar will join us. He'll help us analyze what went right for which team after the World Champions are crowned. We'll see you then. For the moment, Nikhil Nas signing off from Melbourne. Bye-bye.
The wait is over for the Business Today MTRA Best B Schools survey. More than 300 of India's best B schools compete for top honors in the most definitive guides to B schools in India. Which are the top 5 B schools? Will there be a new number 1? Who has the best placement record, the best facilities, the best technology? All this and much more in the Business Today Best B Schools survey.
74-year-old Govind Lalji Bhai Dholakia is an entrepreneur from Gujarat, Surat. Net worth of his company, Sri Ramakrishna Exports, is 4,800 crore rupees. Patni siblings of Rajasthan's Kishangarh are the Marble Maharajas with net worth of 7,200 crore rupees. 54-year-old Sridhar Vembu from Tamil Nadu's Chengalpattu owns a business worth 3,200 crore rupees. They are the new tycoons from the small towns of India. An arm of the UK-based Hurun report, Hurun India, has been compiling an annual India Rich list for the past 10 years. While its first list in 2012 had just about 100 names, the 2022 edition listed more than 1,000 people who had a net worth of 1,000 crore plus rupees. And small town tycoons made up 17% of the total number of entrepreneurs. Experts attribute the rise of the small town to rapid urbanization and the appearance of education centers across the country, enabling both entrepreneurship and skill enhancement. These entrepreneurs have made their fortunes in the small towns they come from, creating not just wealth but also world-class enterprises. India Today's latest edition, now available on stands, showcases these tycoons of Indian small towns.
Everyone's busy finding what's trending. You're busy finding out why. India Today, for those who research before reacting. Download the India Today app now.
He is lodged in jail, but has access to phones and visitors. And being behind bars is no restriction for him at all. He is Sukesh Chandrashekhar, the conman whose net spreads across the power corridors of politics to industry to the glamour world of Bollywood. His first reported con act was when he was in his late teens and duped a septuagenarian family friend for more than 1 crore of rupees. In his early 30s now, he is in prison for duping a convicted industrialist's wife for 200 crore rupees. And then while sitting in the prison, he has started writing letters now, each a bomb in its punitive effect, have started a firefight among political parties. And with that, Sukesh Chandrashekhar has established himself as politics ka super chor.
This is the inside story. Politics ka super chor is our focus. The focus is on Sukesh Chandrashekhar, the con man whose debut con act way back in 2007 was worth more than 1 crore rupees. In the past 2 decades and a half, he's reached more than 200 crore rupees and had top politicians in his net. In the first week of November, he letterbombed Indian politics and has made the poll season a fiery one. All this while sitting behind bars in prison.
On the first day of November, a letter written by Sukesh Chandrashekhar to the LG of Delhi became public. It was written nearly a month before. Sukesh accused Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain of extorting 10 crore rupees in the name of protection inside Tihar jail, where he was lodged. He also alleged that he has contributed about 50 crore rupees to the party coffers of Aam Aadmi Party for a Rajya Sabha berth from South. Sukesh then has alleged that Satyendra Jain even met him in jail several times. He claimed that he was being harassed to withdraw the serious charges that he's levelled against Aam Aadmi Party and so wanted the LG to crack the whip.
It's a matter of corruption and extortion inside the jail. There is a racket inside the jail, and that is being run by the senior topmost officers of the jail in connivance with the as per the letter, this has been done in connivance with the jail mantri at that time, Satyendra Jain. Specifically, it has been alleged in the complaint that around 10 crore rupees was extorted by the Satyendra Jain.
Allegedly, all these payments were collected by Jain's assistant Chaturvedi in Kolkata. Sukesh Chandrashekhar claimed that he had known Satyendra Jain since 2015. As expected, it ignited the political circuit.
I would not hitch to say that there is this person called Sukesh Chandrashekhar who is a con man, who was running a syndicate, a crime syndicate from inside the jail, while we have the Aam Aadmi Party and its ministers who are running a crime syndicate outside of the jail. It would not be an exaggeration if I say that Aam Aadmi Party is a con man party today.
मोरबी से ध्यान भटकाने के लिए ये एक कंप्लीटली फिक्टिशियस, कंप्लीटली फर्जी स्टोरी एक प्लांट की गई है. मतलब इससे ज़्यादा ब्लेटेंट और क्या हो सकता है कि मोरबी के मुद्दे को दबा के उसको डाइवर्ट करने के लिए, और सक्सेसफुली डाइवर्ट कर दिया उन्होंने. सारे चैनल इस टाइम इस सुकेश चंद्रशेखर की बात कर रहे हैं, जबकि 150 लोग जिनकी मौत हो चुकी है उसका सब भूल चुके हैं.
3 days later, on 4th November, his next letter was addressed to the Delhi Chief Minister. He asked the Delhi CM why he allegedly took 50 crore rupees and asked him to bring in 30 people for party positions. Sukesh further questioned why Arvind Kejriwal constantly kept contact with him even after his arrest.
आम आदमी पार्टी के दक्षिण भारत में कोई पोजीशन देने के लिए 50 करोड़ रुपए मैंने दिए. मैं आज कह रहा हूं, मैं और भी पोजीशन देने को आप दिलाती हो तो 50-50 करोड़ दिला दो. मैं कई सारे, मतलब हमारी तमिलनाडु का कोई अध्यक्ष बनने के लिए 50 करोड़ अगर देने को तैयार है तो यार हम तो बड़े माला माल हो जाएंगे.
Aam Aadmi Party dismissed the charges, calling Sukesh BJP's star campaigner for Gujarat polls.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के बड़े बड़े नेताओं को सुकेश चंद्रशेखर जैसे महाठग का सहारा लेना पड़ रहा है. भारतीय जनता पार्टी के स्टार कैंपेनर कौन है? सुकेश चंद्रशेखर भारतीय जनता पार्टी के स्टार कैंपेनर है.
किसी भी मुख्यमंत्री पर इस प्रकार का आरोप कि जेल में अपराधियों को शरण दे रहे हैं, उनके लिए सुविधाएं मुहैया करा रहे हैं, और सुकेश चंद्रशेखर तो एक ठग है, लेकिन तिहाड़ में तो आतंकवादी भी बंद है. तो सत्येंद्र जैन और केजरीवाल अगर सुकेश चंद्रशेखर से पैसे ले रहे हैं तो इसका मतलब ये और आतंकवादियों से, देश के दुश्मनों से, उनसे भी पैसे की डील कर रहे होंगे.
हमारा भारतीय जनता पार्टी से यही 2 सवाल हैं कि पहले आप हमें बता दीजिए कि आपके अनुसार क्या सुकेश चंद्रशेखर ठग है या सत्यवादी राजा हरिश्चंद्र है. दूसरा सवाल, क्या सुकेश चंद्रशेखर को तिहाड़ जेल से छुड़वाकर भारतीय जनता पार्टी अमित शाह जी और नड्डा जी ज्वाइन कराने वाली.
ऐसा है कि अभी सत्येंद्र जैन नए डॉन बनकर दिल्ली में सामने आए हैं. ये आम आदमी पार्टी का जो पहला गनौना चेहरा था उससे भी भयानक चेहरा सामने दिख रहा है.
A day later, he wrote another letter, and this time to the LG of Delhi once again. He demanded a fresh CBI probe into the extortion allegations he levelled against Aam Aadmi Party minister Satyendra Jain and others. In the letter, the con man reiterated his charge that he has been receiving severe threats from Satyendra Jain and ex-DG prisons of Tihar jail, Sandeep Goel. In his third letter, the con man has claimed that he submitted 50 crore rupees to jailed Aam Aadmi Party Mantri Satyendra Jain at the behest of Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal at Transport Minister Kailash Gehlot's farmhouse. Sukesh rubbished Aam Aadmi Party's defense that he was being used by the BJP.
एलिगेशन को तो हमेशा जो अदर साइड होता है वो डिनाई ही करेगा, ठीक, कोई एक्सेप्ट तो करेगा नहीं. तो इसीलिए मेरा मानना है कि इस पर एक फेयर इंक्वायरी हो जाए, एक इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो जाए, और इस कंप्लेंट का पर्पस भी वही है कि ये मैटर सीबीआई को हैंडओवर कर दे.
This letter provided more salvo to the already raging political war between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP.
अब मुझे तो हैरानगी हो रही है, एक मंत्री जिसका पोर्टफोलियो है वो अपने पोर्टफोलियो को इस्तेमाल करके जेल के अंदर प्रोटेक्शन का एक रैकेट चला रहा है। ये ऐसी चर्चा हो रही है।
सत्येंद्र जैन के ऊपर आरोप लगा के और झूठा, फिर क्या हुआ? जब बेल एप्लीकेशन कोर्ट में आई, 3 सुनवाई में लगातार जज ने पूछा, भाई सत्येंद्र के खिलाफ छोटा सा सबूत तो दे दो। फ्रंट पेज पे आया था, सारे अखबारों के फ्रंट पेज पे था। 3 बार जज ने 3 सुनवाई में पूछा, भाई एक सबूत तो दे दो सत्येंद्र के खिलाफ। जब वो सबूत नहीं दे पाए तो तीसरी सुनवाई में इन लोगों ने एप्लीकेशन डाल दी जज के ऊपर वाले जज पे कि ये जज बड़ी गंदी है, इसको बदला जाए।
And then came the 4th letter in which Sukesh Chandrashekhar claimed, I funded Aam Aadmi Party for Punjab and Goa polls. Don't threaten me for exposing Aam Aadmi Party. Stop victim card. Face CBI.
Sukesh Chandrashekhar has raised the issue that Aam Aadmi Party has time and again scuttled these letters, not answered a single allegation. All they've done is question either the timelines of the letters or the character of Sukesh Chandrashekhar. That's all that has been done. No answers have come.
The series of allegations prompted a massive protest by the BJP, which hit the streets, finding new ammo to target Aam Aadmi Party government, daring Kejriwal to take a lie detector test.
Therefore, this AKVC company must answer that why don't they take the resignation of these 2 people, these 2 ministers, allow a free and fair probe. 4.5 months have passed, Mr. Jain is in jail, but he's still a minister. Is he a minister so that he can do extortion inside jail? And if these allegations are not true, as Mr. Kejriwal claims, do a live lie detector test of all 3 people.
500 करोड़ रुपए जुटाने का आरोप है उस अरविंद केजरीवाल जी का भी। इन तीनों का पॉलीग्राफ लाई डिटेक्टर टेस्ट करवाने की जरूरत है, ऐसी भारतीय जनता पार्टी डिमांड करती है।
Kejriwal hit back hard, claiming a BJP plot to malign him ahead of Gujarat and MCD polls.
कोई भी सर्वे हमें एक भी सीट नहीं दे रहा था और हमारी 28 सीट आई और हम जीत गए। गुजरात के अंदर ये सारे सर्वे फेल होंगे, आज आप लिख लीजिए, सारे सर्वे फेल होंगे।
And with these 4 letters in quick succession, the poll game of November-December became hot, hotter, hottest. All masterminded by Sukesh Chandrashekhar.
Sukesh Chandrashekhar has not only duped a number of politicians for crores of rupees, he's duped others while impersonating relatives of prominent politicians, of bureaucrats, of judges, and the list goes on and on.
Aam Aadmi Party and its leaders are not the only ones caught in Sukesh Chandrasekhar's net. In 2017, he was arrested for allegedly striking a deal with a faction of the AIADMK led by VK Shashikala and her nephew TTV Dinakaran. He assured them that he would influence Election Commission officials and get them the 2 leaves symbol of the party ahead of the keenly contested RK Nagar by-polls in Chennai. The investigation led to Sukesh's door and he landed in Tihar jail. It catapulted him to the big league of conmen. And this wasn't his first brush with the politicians. In April 2011, Sukesh Chandrashekhar was booked in a case of allegedly cheating dozens of businessmen in Tamil Nadu by posing as a secretary to then Karnataka CM B.S. Yediyurappa and promising government contracts in return for bribes. In the past, Sukesh has allegedly masqueraded as a grandson of DMK patriarch M. Karunanidhi, as the son-in-law of former Union Minister M.K. Aragiri, and as the son of several political leaders and bureaucrats such as former Union Minister T.R. Balu, former Tamil Nadu Finance Minister K. Ambaragan, former Karnataka Minister Karunagara Reddy, and former Karnataka Chief Secretary Sudhakar Rao, and as a nephew of former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Rajshekhar Reddy. One gets breathless to read out this list. In the process, he has allegedly conned over 100 people, including poultry farmers, underwear manufacturers, pressure cooker makers, bank executives, parking systems makers, kitchen equipment makers, and a dry fruits packaging firm by claiming to be a middleman for government contracts. The super chore of the Indian system is today entangled in a mesh of overlapping cases being probed by the Delhi police and the Enforcement Directorate with at least 30 FIRs to his name, and a crime graph that spans across Bengaluru, Chennai, Coimbatore, New Delhi, Kolkata and Mumbai.
It's time for a short break here on the Inside Story. On the other side of this break, we'll tell you the sensational con act of more than 200 crores carried out by Sukesh Chandrashekhar. Stay with us. And India Today tracked down officials in the know-how of this case and found out exactly how Sukesh used a network of mobile phones and impersonated officials in the government to extract money from some top business houses and industrialists in the country. He extorted crores, promising essentially to help sort out their problems with the government. India Today's Munish Pandey has in fact accessed one such audio conversation.
A billionaire, an alleged con man behind bars, and phone calls that led to extortion of 200 crore rupees. India Today gets a blow-by-blow account of how a jailed con man extorted 200 crores from a business tycoon's wife. The story started when former Ranbaxy owner Shivinder Singh landed in jail in a case of alleged fraud and money laundering in October 2019. Shivinder Singh's wife, Aditi Singh, was working on getting bail for her husband when she was allegedly approached by conman Sukesh Chandrashekhar on the phone. Chandrashekhar posed as a government official when he established contact with Aditi Singh. He allegedly used voice modulation to change the tone of his voice. The shocking detail, he was allegedly doing all this from prison. India Today has exclusively accessed the audio recordings of Chandrasekhar's conversation with Aditi Singh.
You tell him not to be worried. Tell him to let us do our job. We know what we are doing. Tell him to be relaxed. Tell him to now look forward to come out.
Sir is saying to them that it is inappropriate to have a meeting in the current scenario with everything that's going all around. And he's saying that don't worry about all of these things. Now we just have to look forward to you coming out and working together.
All the while, Aditi Singh had no idea she was being scammed by Chandrasekhar. Aditi Singh became aware of the con months later after the Enforcement Directorate alerted her. The ED had begun taping Chandrasekhar's phone last year, which led to his arrest in the new case of alleged fraud.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Tell him that his bails are now going to be disposed at once in Supreme Court. He didn't talking about anything. He cannot be any more going or appealing anywhere. Tell him that. And also tell him that even in the Suresh Kumar case court, he was about to get bail. But because Mr. ACC said that you managed Mr. Case, that is the reason we had to dismiss. Please tell him that.
Sir is saying that now your bails will happen now that they're all in the Supreme Court. Sir is saying that please don't worry about the family or me or yourself. We are the government's responsibility, and that we are looking forward to starting a new beginning with us. So please don't worry.
The probe agency has submitted 84 such recordings to a Delhi court. In another tape, Sukesh impersonated Home Secretary of India Ajay Bhalla.
Yes, good afternoon. Ajay Kumar Bhalla this side, Home Secretary of India. Is this a good time I can talk to you?
Good afternoon, sir. Yes, sir, of course. It's a privilege to talk to you, sir. Sir, may I make a small request? I'm sorry, I've been requesting for a meeting, and I would really like to come and meet if that is at all possible at any point of time. I would be most grateful for that.
I would like to mention to you that I'm sure you have been told even in before that there is certain right time for things to be done. So Mr. Anup will definitely tell you. I will also take this request to the Honorable Home Minister, and I will tell Amit Shah ji your request. But it will be honored as time to come.
Yes, I would be grateful. I would be grateful.
On that regard.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I understand.
But you need to understand
Yes,
you
sir.
are being handled and taken care by the topmost office of this country. That is why we all are calling you and we all are being associated with you. But we would want you to go by our instructions, as we are not okay in accepting.
Sukesh, posing as Home Secretary Ajay Bhalla, then tells Shivinder Singh's wife Aditi that the Home Minister himself has asked him to call her.
Honorable Home Minister especially asked me to personally call you up and have a word with you.
See, I am most grateful, sir, and it's my privilege.
As we understand, you are not on the same path that you have been following all this while because of the new developments. But if that is what is the reason, then we might be recusing ourselves from this. As I'm sure that Anup ji must have informed you, we are okay with working with you as how you have worked with us before.
Chandrasekhar is accused of extorting 215 crore rupees from Aditi Singh over a year. The new recordings reveal how deep the multi-crore scam ran. Inputs from Munish Pandey, Bureau Report, India Today.
I'm sure a lot of you are asking, who exactly is Sukesh Chandrasekhar? What's his background? A con man, he's a native of Bengaluru. Sukesh Chandrasekhar is currently lodged in a jail in Tihar for allegedly extorting money from high-profile people and celebrities. He has pictures, in fact, with several Bollywood stars, including, of course, Jacqueline Fernandez and Nora Fatehi. Apparently, apart from showering them with expensive gifts, including luxury cars and homes, he promised them big-budget films as well, claiming he was a producer. These celebs are also being questioned currently in the 200 crore mega extortion scam.
Sukesh Chandrasekhar, a 32-year-old millionaire based in Chennai, has now entered the annals of India's biggest con artists. From businessmen to politicians to celebrities, Sukesh has duped them all. Some with charm, many with threats. Those who have met Sukesh up and close have now told India Today TV that he leaves a lasting impression on people, even if he's met them just once. Getting rich was Sukesh's singular aim growing up in a lower middle class family in Bengaluru. The real estate business was Sukesh Chandrashekhar's first target immediately after he left school. Passionate about cars, Sukesh used to even organize car races in his teenage. Impersonating and mimicking came easily to Sukesh Chandrasekhar, and this he used to enter into the world of crime. All of 17 years old, Sukesh started cheating people over phone, posing as a senior government official. In 2007, Sukesh posed as a very high-ranking bureaucrat and duped more than 100 people, promising jobs in the Bangalore Development Authority. In his teens itself, he began earning crores of rupees. His greed saw him get caught and arrested for the first time by Bengaluru police in 2007. But once out on bail, it was back to extorting money out of people. A huge Bollywood fan, in 2010, Sukesh started dating Leena Paulos, who had a blink and you miss it role in the movie Madras Cafe. The starlet soon became Sukesh's partner in crime, luring gullible people who her husband had conned. Sukesh then came under the scanner of central agencies in 2015. By then, he had moved to Mumbai with Leena and floated a Ponzi scheme. More than 450 investors deposited their money in his company, but only to be looted. Even as the law shadowed him, Sukesh kept going, posing as a bureaucrat of various ministries and even as an official of the court. The list of people he duped kept getting longer, his coffers overflowing with money. Ultimately, it was a complaint of politician TTV Dinakaran, who also had been cheated, and that sent Sukesh to Delhi's Tihar jail. At 32, Sukesh Chandrashekhar's crime journey has come to an end. With 32 criminal cases against him in several states and 3 central agencies hotly pursuing him, the master con man could be behind bars for a long, long time. Bureau Report, India Today.
The story of Sukesh Chandrasekhar is one of the most mind-boggling cases of our times. He used the Indian system to his benefit, conned many people, powerful people at that. On the other side of a short break, news and updates continue. Thanks very much for tuning into this edition of The Inside Story.